85% of people say they fear speaking in public. And quite frankly, I think the other 15% are lying. I think we could find a situation that makes them nervous too. So today, my goal is to share with you some tips and techniques that you can use to help you be more comfortable and confident when you're speaking. In other words, to be able to think fast and talk smart. So let's start by talking about approach. Most of us, when we are in situations where we need to communicate, we see them as threatening. We see them as opportunities for failure. And I'd like to suggest that we need to change that. We need to approach communication in an open way. See it as an opportunity to share our ideas, our beliefs, our innovations. And when we take a perspective of openness, all of a sudden something that we dread becomes something that we embrace. So the first step to effective communication is to approach it in an open way. But that's not enough. We need to think about the audience that we're speaking to. You need to think about, what does my audience need to hear? Most audiences have heard the types of presentations you're giving. So knowing your audience really matters. But beyond knowing your audience, you have to appreciate the context in which you speak. Whenever you speak, you are in a particular context. And to me, context comes in a bunch of different varieties. The first thing about context we need to think about is the time. What time of day are you communicating? If you're talking early in the morning, you might have to have a little more energy to keep people moving. Same thing after lunch when people are having that food coma experience. You must address the context, the timing, so your message can be effective. Most of us, when we communicate, we think about information. What's in my head, in my heart, I need to communicate to you. But we also communicate a feeling. Maybe we're trying to get people excited and motivate them. Maybe we're trying to scare them, create that burning platform that motivates them to change. The final bit of context has to do with where you're physically speaking. Location matters. Think about the way the room is set up. Think about the environment. Is it live? Is it virtual? Those change the way that you communicate. We need to think about location. So if you get the message right and you communicate it effectively, you can make a big difference. Bold communication that's confident and compelling. And I want for your message to echo long after you leave the room. And these are skills that are at your disposal. It just takes practice and a little bit of a positive approach.